Hello, my loves. Whew. It's been a week again. These weeks seem to go by really fast. I am always like, wait, it's Monday again. It's time to get it done. It is me and uh, my dogs, and we are just doing what we do. So this is authentic creatrix mode. I am Asia, still here again. Am I Dr. Asia? Sometimes I'm feeling like I'm Dr. Asia. Sometimes I'm feeling like I am not. I don't know. But we are here today. The hair has been uh set up in such a manner. I've got to go to where am I going today? City Hall. Today, I am going to City Hall on behalf of my community because we have a day. City Hall, the city is proclaiming a day for us. Should I put these on? Let's see. Maybe I should have. I don't know. I should have, right? Hold on. Let's see. All right. Let's see if that is any better. Hopefully it's better. I would like to hope it's better. Anyway, so I am going to City Hall today, and I wanted to make sure that my hair looked decent enough. It is South Florida. They are very, very big on the outside. So, I don't want to distract you. We gotta do the part that we're gonna do. Let's see. So this week, what is this? Is this April 15th? So it's tax day. Feeling some kind of way about tax day because I filed my taxes back in like February, at the beginning of February last year. This year. And, I thought, hey, I'm doing something good. I've got my my taxes going. Everything is fine, thought that I was doing, my part. Why is it April 15th, the end of the tax season, right? Why is it the end? I'm really trying to I feel like I have something there. I don't know. Look, we're just going to go with it. Anyway, why is it the end of tax season? I filed at the beginning of tax season, and now it's the end of tax season, and I still have not received a return. And I will tell you why. Because the government sucks. No, not that. It could be that, but I doubt that that's what it is. I don't know. I added some credits to my refund this year. I got the solar panels. I added them solar credits thinking, oh yeah, this is going to be a great idea. I added the panels thinking I was doing something good for the environment, thinking that, during hurricane season now, I'm going to be able to have electricity, which, yes, I do like that when the power goes out, I do still have power. Like there have been days that the power went out. I didn't even know the power went out because we were just sitting here like watching TV. I like that part. That part is cool. I'm not gonna lie. What I don't like is how I got shafted into this whole thing with you are going to get hey, how you doing? You're going to get your a 30% credit on your taxes as a refund. And I was like, all right, cool, well, that's cool, because then I'll get 30% back. And they were like, well, you can take that 30% and you can put it towards this, and this is what your bill is going to be. It was all very shady. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like I got shaded, I got shafted, I got scammed. I'm not gonna lie. What I'm happy with is the outcome of having the electricity. My bill technically is lower, even though it's about the same as what it would have been. It's just now I got the roof and the solar panels. Um, so I guess it's about the same. I don't know. But that part being said, it is also, it held up my taxes, I think, because they haven't even processed them. They haven't even I'm like, did y'all even look at them yet? Did y'all just take everybody who had credits like this that, we're like expecting to get our credits back? Did you just take everybody who had credits and just put them in the maybe box for like later on? You were like, we'll get to you when we get to you. I don't know. I don't know. Would I have spent most of that money likely on something wasteful? Maybe. I don't know. But at this point, it's been 10 weeks and I'm like, yo, where is the y'all didn't even try to attempt the to look at the return. So whatever. It's April 15th. Here we are. They were like, call us on April 15th if it still hasn't been processed. And I'm like, wow, let me just do your job for you. Sure. Um, whatevs. Anyway, so there's that. It is April 15th. It is tax day. I feel like at this point now I get to be more upset, I guess, about the tax return situation, because before they just kept saying you can't really be upset until this date. Now I'm on this date, so I get to be upset. I guess that's how this works. And since this was an authentic Creatrix mode type video where I just kind of get on here and like rant and tell you how I'm feeling about things, then that's where we are. That is how I'm feeling about it. I feel gaslit by the American government, like always. We are constantly gaslit by the American government, but whatevs, At this point, I was like, what am I supposed to do? Because there's just certain things I feel like even when we do our best, we don't have control over everything. You know what I mean? Like, even as like an alchemist, there are just certain things that you would never have control over. So I just mark that in the I don't have control over it box and move on with the things that I have control over. I guess that's how that works. I had my last Zengen class on Saturday, and I played the bowls for them, and they were so relaxed, so calm, so peaceful. Even my older, elderly, like more older participants, or even open to how relaxed they felt. I loved it. I was here for it. And she was like, hey, I wish I can just take you home with me and you can just play for me all the time. And I thought that was great. I do play for groups as like, hey, book me, right? Book me. I'll play for you, So I do play for groups. I do want to play for more groups and more spaces. I really feel like the people have a certain preconceived notion about sound healing, And I feel like if I can play for groups and then they get a chance to see what it really is and what it really feels like and how it really affects your body, without like all of the additional whatever that people kind of bring in on their own preconceived notions, that's what I would like to do. I feel like we have so much that inundates us all the time, right? Like the swiping, the swipe left, the swipe right, the swipe up, the reels, the TV, the radio, like it's just so much that's just there. And to be able to take time where there isn't any of that, and it's just you, your mind, your inner voice, and the feeling of your body enveloped in vibrations is, it's just something to behold. um, I'm excited that I get to be one who gets to do it. I'm excited that people come back to me with awesome dreams, awesome symbols, awesome messages that they get after feeling the sound bath, you know. I'm excited that that's something that I get to help people with, because I think that what happens is we go on a search for, we go on a, it's like a escape. We kind of go and we escape. We're not really like trying to do the human thing, the human being thing. We're not really trying to do it. I think we go on like escapes whenever we can. We're constantly like trying to escape, trying to get out, trying to exit from whatever it is that we're actually feeling. And being able to use meditation, use the sound vibration, use my inner conversations with higher self, or spirit, to get clear, connected communication. I think that that is something that I think I'm supposed to share it with as many people as I can when I can. And so that's what my goal is, right? Because it's a part of the it's a part of the process. It's a part of the journey that we're taking now. So we've been talking about the expansion, right? This expanding, this growing, this connecting and growing out and expanding that is happening. And do we, you can try working against it. I don't know that that's helpful for you, but you can try. Oh, let me get my leg over here. I got like a whole table right here, so I can't even get my leg there. There we go. I was like, I got the table. It's right here. Okay. But you can try working against the expansion, or we can work on the different ways that we fit into the expansion. How do we help others with the expansion? And I think that my goal has been to help others with this next step, right? The next part. People are like getting angry, the it's too woke, it's too much. And it's like, yeah, you could get angry about it, or you could learn how to navigate within it, how to grow in and expand with and gather that communication from it. And one of the ways I do that is with the sound bath. That was a very long explanation for I do the sound bath as a way to help people just enter in on that feeling. Let me see, what else do I have going on. I am 2 weeks out, 2 weeks out from this community event that I've been working on, planning, putting in, the work for, getting everything, put together. And it happens next Saturday here. So I guess the 27th. I'm excited because after that, my plan, my intent is to move away from this area, this right here, which is, and I've been doing this with a lot of different things. I get it. Like I stepped away from this box that was the career, and I stepped away from this box, right? And so now I'm stepping away from this box. I feel like I could be a better help in other ways. And I feel like the negative feelings that come from being in this space that I'm now trying to step away from, those negative feelings that come from being in that space negatively impact me in my business, in my personal life. And I don't know that that's something that it was not intentional. I don't know that that was something that I planned for. When I thought about how I wanted to help and how I wanted to be a positive impact on a community, I don't know that I really thought that all the way through. And so the goal is to take a step back, reflect, figure out like what parts I can keep and how I can play a better role versus what feels now like constantly hitting a wall and negativity. And then the idea comes where I'm like maybe blaming the other parties when I have a role that I'm playing in it myself. So I think that taking that step back, removing myself from that is I think it's the best thing to do. Anyway, so let's talk about how many cards I have in my deck. Okay. Um, I do a lot of these readings, spiritual path readings for people. Um, in many capacities. And it's not just like the cards. So I'll do the cards and like some pendulum stuff. There's some really intuitive stuff. There's me just, communicating and helping the other person communicate with their higher self, me communicating with spirit. It's a very spiritual experience. I get that. And they get cards, like my clients get cards I've never seen. I never get the cards. They get cards I've never gotten. But this last week to 10 days, I've received the same cards over and over and over. You would think I only have 4 to 5 cards in my deck. And it's not just my one deck, it's like 3 decks that I use for myself. I do like 3 different types of things. Like in my morning ritual, I just feel like what deck I want, I use that deck and I get the message. You know what I mean? And over the 3 decks, each of them decks, I'm like, so I only get 4 cards. And that to me is my message. It's just, I have to get my message. They're just going to keep giving me the same message over and over again. I think like Oprah was like, hey, it starts with a whisper. Then maybe you get like a little smack. You get like a little tap. And then eventually like you get a ram, right? And I think that that's just how spirit works. That's just how our messages work for us, So I do pay attention when like a message first starts. Then I'm like, oh, all right, especially like a warning message. Oh, definitely. I'm in on that. I'm like, oh, hell, let me see what's about to happen. Am I ready for it? And so when I get like a message and it just like first starts coming and then so now this has been like over 10 days now. And I think that this was helpful in me deciding that I was going to kind of step back and, roll back. What's it called? Reel it back in my work that I've been doing here, which I do plan to write like a whole thing on. But working in, a community that has been so traumatized, so underserved, so ignored, and then I came in knowing that the community had been so traumatized, so underserved, so ignored. Um, knowing that I'm still sitting here now, like I did not expect what I got. And the cards were like, hey, this is going to happen. Things are going to shift. Things are going to change. Stop this here, a burning down and like a rebuild, right? Like chaos and destruction, rebuild. Be honest about your emotions. Be open to your emotions. Sit with your emotions and know that your intuition, your emotions, the things that you are feeling are valid. And then know that after doing this, after being calm, not with the Russian, but with a contemplative, careful, actual, like intentful movement, then the outcome becomes like that prosperity, that abundance, that the outcome that I have been wanting, for the community, for myself, and that I'm just I'm it just kind of it'll flow basically, but I have to do my part first. Hey Joseph, I have to do my part first, and that's my message. That's been the same message consistently over the last 10 days. I would say maybe 2 weeks, but definitely 10 days. Same cards, and I've been posting them, and you can look at them. Tell me what you think. If you read cards, if you are in on like the symbols, if you like the tarot, if you like the oracle of it all, I'm open to it. If I post some cards, if I post like some cards and you see something, feel free, let me know. What I don't like is when you come into my DMs and tell me, hey, what I really want to do is give you a reading, and what is your birthday? Because I'm not going to tell you. I'm not going to tell you. Because I don't go into other people's DMs like, hey, let me give you a reading. What's your birthday? Like, I don't do that. I find it intrusive, especially if you know that I am someone who has been communicating on, the different levels with my guides, that you would come into a space that's my space and be like, hey, let me tell you what my guides are telling you, and I'm supposed to tell you this, and then what's your birthday? I'm not doing that. Okay. I'm probably just ignoring you. I'm not gonna lie. Okay. If you want to come on, you want to do that kind of a thing, feel free to maybe send me the message. Hey, I would like to come on your live one day. Let's, talk about the stuff on your live. I'd be cool with that, but I'm not going to sit there and be like, oh yeah, here's my birthday. I will tell you this. I'm a Scorpio rising. I'm a Scorpio sun. Apparently, I am a Virgo rising, and I am a Leo moon. Unless we're talking about Vedic astrology, right? Then I'm not, right? In Vedic astrology, now I am a Leo rising, right? I am a Libra sun, and I am a Cancer moon, which made a lot of sense to me. If you knew the amount of trauma that I have to go through in love and relationships with Cancer men, you'd be like, oh yeah, definitely Cancer moon. That makes a lot of sense. I don't know why I wasn't thinking that. Anyway, but depending on where you are, okay, I'm either one. If that's something that you want to work with that. Get back to me when you got something with that. Because right now, just coming into my DMs, it's not working. Anyway, that being said, we are at 25 minutes in. This weekend, I play the bowls again at Herbs and Earth, um, in West Palm Beach. Also, I have 2 classes that are still up, scheduled for this week, by donation. because I was not trying to create these crazy barriers to entry if you wanted this knowledge. Okay. I don't want to be one of those people that's like, hey, here's the knowledge. Now let me dangle it in this huge ball over a pit of fire and you have to work through all of these different ways to get it. I feel like knowledge should be free. You know, if you want it, you just got to find it. Okay. I'm presenting it. All right. I am presenting said knowledge. It is by donation. I still will say, like I say all the time, I believe in the law of correspondence. Okay. What you put in is what you're going to get out. Okay. The energy you put in is the energy that you will get back out. Okay. To the extent that you put it in, you're going to get it back. Okay. So, for example, when I have like a sound bath and then people show up and then they don't pay, but they've received my energy and then they don't, respond in kind with giving energy back in the form of money, because that's really all money is. It's just energy, right? So, they don't give the money back, then I know that what they are putting out is what they're going to get back. So I don't have to do anything. I'm like, it's just, the universe is going to respond in kind. That's just how it works. It's correspondence. Um, and so, yes, you can sign up for the courses. Um, I think that they are on the website. They're on my website, and you can respond to the courses. You can also DM me. And I can send you the link to where you can sign up for the courses. One is on energy protection and boundaries. And then the other one, I believe that's coming up right after that, is on crystal healing. It's basically like an intro to the crystal healing for non-witches, the course that goes on my academy site. And the energy healing and protection, it will end up on the academy site. But this one is basically for empaths, people who don't know that they're empaths, or they're like just trying to figure out what's off about how they are working with people, and they just need maybe some more insight. So we're just going to kind of talk through some different protecting and boundary methods that you can use. Yes, I am a internationally certified uh, energy specialist. Apparently now, right? I've been given the accolades, the certifications, and now I can say yes, I'm one of them energy bitches. So yes, I want to be able to get the information out. It is all by donation. You can, like I said, leave something in the DMs for me, leave a comment on the video, or go to the website, iamaliacia.com, and you can just sign up by clicking on the community calendar, because it's one of the community calendar events. So don't go scrolling past the calendar and then get to the bottom and be like, where is it? Okay, it's in the calendar on the website. You're going to click by the date, find the course, and click the sign up. Okay, and then pay your donation. This is the important part, because this is the energy putting out part. Okay, so you're going to put out your energy and then, get back what you put out. That's just how it works. Okay. I'm trying to think what else I have. So yeah, I have the sound bowls. You don't have to sign up for. We just show up. The courses you definitely have to sign up for. And then I feel like that's all that I have. I think I have another course next week or the week after, coming up very soon, and it's on shamanic healing, because I'm a shaman, right? So it's basically like another intro course. I'm trying to put out all of the intro courses. I have to lay the foundations, and we all do it different. Okay, so I do mine this way because I've worked in business for 20 years. Okay. I've worked in corporate environment for 20 years, and I've always felt like you want to lay a foundation first. We can refer back to the foundation at the end. Hey, Faith, we can refer back to the foundation at the end. And then we can say, okay, we're building on that. So when I do my courses, I kind of build upon, I build upon, I don't want you to be, be somewhere and say, man, I had no idea what she was talking about that day. It's something that she was probably talking about, 2 months ago, 2 years ago. So I don't do that. So yes, these are all very introductory courses. Okay. You want to find them. They're all by donation. Do not tell me that I did not tell you that they were not by donation. You know what I mean? Um, that's just how it is. So here's the last thing that I want to say. This is the last thing I want to say. I've still been reading this book, The Secret History of the World, right? I'm still reading this book, okay? And I came upon this one part in the book. It was at the beginning, but it kind of like, rolls through, um and it's this part right here. And it says, this is why it is an axiom of the secret doctrine that the beginning of death was the birth of thought. Now, I've been thinking about this, which could lead to my death. I get it. Okay. Because even if you think about it, like even in the Bible, when it talks about, you get to the tree, you ate from the tree of knowledge, right? Then that begins your death, right? It's in the doctrine, right? The beginning of death is when you start thinking about thoughts, when you start having your thoughts. But like those people who just like sit around, they're not like the smartest people, they don't have like a lot of thoughts. I wonder, like, but they go on, they live forever, right? They're just kind of floating through, you know and living for living on and on and on. I think it kind of makes sense. What do you think about that? The beginning of death is the birth of thought. I would love to know what you think about this, okay? Because it has been something that has been kind of playing in my world now, for a minute. It sounds like, it's very close to what, was described in the Garden of Eden, which is basically in the beginning doctrine, the historical, like, Genesis, right? It's in Genesis of two of the three major religions, right? If I was going to say there were three major religions, okay, I'm not going to go with like Asian, Western, religions and life is, I mean, those, okay, two of the four, two of the five, two of the six, okay, those who started with the Bible and Genesis, it's in there. You see what I'm saying? I don't know. I don't remember something like that being in the Quran, but I'm gonna go look. Anyway, what do you think about it? Because I do know that, a lot of dumb people do live a long, long time, right? And I know that, we get to this, like I said earlier, there's this whole like pushback against the expansion, against the woke, whatever, someone called it woke mentality, this idea of actually being awakened, right? Being alive and awakened to what is actually happening, the blue pill versus red pill, in the Matrix, right? And there's this push against having that knowledge, making those thoughts, pushing those boundaries of what we were already kind of put in, um and to hear that it is a part of like the secret doctrine. At one point there was not a lot of thinking not a lot that was going on, and people were living like forever. Like Methuselah's like 900 years old, right? Like in ancient times, right? People are just living forever somehow, because they weren't really thinking that much. But now we've got these what are they, Gen Zers who look 50 and they're like 25, you know. And I think it's because they're doing a lot more thought, you know. I think that we can go through, when we're learning, when we're gathering, contemplating, and know that there is a way to push through it, to move through it, to think through it without using your, you know, energy reserves, your energy resources. If you're tapping in on like the energy that is in the unified field, you're not using your personal depletion, depleting your personal energy. So I think that is something that we can say is a thing, but I don't know. Tell me what you think. Anyway, it's 35 minutes. I'm getting off. I'm getting off. Okay. This will be all the way posted on my YouTube, and I think it is on the Facebook, but I cannot remember. Okay. I keep saying that. I've never checked. I just don't even check, it was not a Q&A session. I apologize. I don't even know why I keep doing that. Anyway, but I would have answered your questions if you had any, but nobody had any. So it's good that, it didn't work that way. Find me on YouTube to see the whole thing. I'm going to put the whole thing on there. Other than that, just let me know what you think about that. The beginning of thought is the beginning of death is the birth of thought. I think that it's right. I think it makes sense. To me, it makes total sense. I'm here for it. If you're in West Palm Beach and you're going to be at the City Hall later on, I'll see you there. Otherwise, I'll see you at a bowl session. I'll see you online. Maybe I'll come back on Thursday with an actual Q&A session, and we can go from there. Until then, I'm wishing you nothing but love and peace and many continued blessings. Until next time.